Hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine and I'm back here to review another episode of CBS's Big Brother Season 20, episode number 30, so let's just get down to it. Here are my notes from the feeds. Scotty came in and he was chatting with Casey about the jury house. You could tell that Casey really wasn't that interested, but she was trying to act like she was interested, so I guess just in case he won HOH, he would nominate her. Tyler and Angela said that JC wouldn't leave them alone. Of course not, because he knows that you two are a showmance, and he's always busy. Then there was a shot of JC sitting alone, counting on his fingers something, and I realized he was counting the amount of days that they've been in the house, and he kept going to the number 70, and that's when I realized what he was counting. Sam tells Angela that she won't nominate her if she wins the HOH, and I was laughing like, Sam, stop lying. She said that she will never make anyone feel bad or say anything mean for any amount of money. Now you and I both know that's a lie, because when she nominated Caitlyn and Haley, she really hurt their feelings, like really bad. And then you have to also take into account that whole thing where she was straightening Tyler's hair. You guys who don't have the feeds don't know what I'm talking about, but bear with me. She was straightening Tyler's hair, and the girls came into the bathroom, and she kicked them out, and it was the way she kicked them out. I feel like she's a little bit jealous that the other girls are getting attention from the guys, and she's not getting the attention that she wants. And really, she was trying to butter up Angela, who has no power this week. There's no way she could even play in the HOH competition. Like, I'm looking at Sam like, what are you doing? Like, go butter up somebody who actually has a chance of winning the HOH. Brett and Haley were sitting together. Brett said he was surprised by Fessy's speech. They both agreed that Fessy's speech was personal/bitter. I mean, you would be bitter too if you were kind of being backdoored. Not that Fessy didn't deserve it after what he did to Scotty and the way he was acting during his HOH, but still, you'd be bitter too. I'm kind of glad he called out Angela on a side note. It's about time somebody did it. JC said that he felt bad for Fessy. Lies and deceptions, alternative facts. Brett says that his speeches are not personal. Why is everybody lying? Brett's speeches are so personal. It's ridiculous. The things he says in the speeches are personal. They may be funny to a certain degree, but they're pretty personal because of some of the stuff that he said and the way he was making fun of Caitlyn, trying to make her look like she was crazy. That was definitely personal. And then I also think about how he treated, I believe it was Rachel in the house, because Rachel really liked him, and he just kept giving her the cold shoulder and brushing her off and kind of being mean to her. So I don't know why all these folks are lying. And JC was extremely nervous. Then we got to the HOH competition. JC was the first to fall. Brett and Casey kept getting splattered in the face with like ketchup and mustard. Tyler was all covered from head to toe almost. And Haley and Scotty were good. Then the second person to fall was Sam. Then Scotty fell, but he was swinging around. It almost seemed like he was being spun around. Like, it didn't look like, from my vantage point, that he was spinning himself. And then he hit the pie really hard. He fell. Brett fell, and I was like, thank God, because he kept spinning around, and he was so nauseous the entire time as they were spinning. Just looked like he was going to throw up at any time. Then Casey fell, and then Haley hit the pie really hard, and her neck was hurting, but she still held on, and she was being sarcastic when she said to them, production I mean, give it all that you got, or something to that effect. Like, I can take it. And that pie hit her hard as hell, and she fell down, and she was out for a good second, and then she came back. But just so you know, as somebody who watched it live on the feeds, Tyler was not hit as hard as everybody else during that HOH competition. Not at all. I mean, everybody else was basically getting pimp slapped, and he got a nice little tap. And at one point, it seemed like he stopped in front of it and then tapped. I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it. So let's get down to the actual review. So Pretty much, Scotty returned to the house after winning the battle back. The house is excited. No, they're not. They're just trying to make it seem like they're excited, so just in case he wins HOH, they can butter him up. Scotty's back. He says he owes none of them in the house anything. JC says that it could be bad that Scotty is back. Tyler said Scotty was the best option to return because Scotty will be cool with him and go after somebody else if he becomes HOH. Angela said that Scotty is a major threat and a huge target in the house right now. Haley says she's not sure where she stands with Scotty. Scotty tells us that Fessy explained to him that JC was all in his ear, which is why Fessy decided to target Scotty. But then again, on the side note, JC's been in Fessy's ear for a very long time, and I don't understand why Fessy never put two and two together, unless, of course, as he kept trying to do it, he was steered another way. Lord have mercy. Brett says it's time for El Cockroach to win HOH. I want to see that happening, because so far I believe he won like one veto. But I want to see him win an HOH. I feel like this week either he or JC will end up winning the HOH if Haley is unable to win it. JC tells Angela, Tyler, and Brett that he's annoyed. He said it's hard for him to pretend to be happy about Scotty being back in the game. And he says that they, meaning their side, level 4+2, needs to win HOH. Yeah, I'm going to keep calling them level 4+2 because really it's just the 4 and then the 2 floating around. They're not really a part of it, and I don't see them as a part of it. JC says with Scotty back, he's the main target and they need to send him back out. Revolving door. As far as the HOH competition is concerned, before it happens, Haley's hugging Scotty, and he tells her, you know what, we need to talk. He says to us he still has a crush, but Scotty only cares about the money. Of course. That's the whole reason why everybody's there in the game. Not to hand one person in the game the money. Well, that's how it should be, but some of these people seem like they just want to make it so that Tyler can win, and it's blatantly obvious. As far as the HOH competition, I told you guys how it went, and being reminded of it is super annoying. I knew exactly what was going to happen, especially the part that they got up to with Haley, where Haley got hit by the pie, and I really didn't want to relive that, but I sat through it just to do this review. And again, that pie tapped Tyler and slammed into pretty much everybody else. Tyler won the HOH. Haley's truly hurt because she knows she's going to go on the block, and she may end up being the target. JC wants to send Scotty back to the jury house. Now that Tyler won levels 4+2 is super duper happy. Haley was pissed about Sam cheering, and it was blatantly obvious that Sam was cheering against Haley, and she can't figure out why Haley doesn't like her. Now, for those of you who don't have the feeds, what you need to know is it was literally like 15 minutes of Sam just going on and on. Go, Tyler! Oh, have a good time, Tyler! Oh, you're doing great, Tyler! Oh, wonderful, Tyler! Just over and over, and like, maybe not a high pitch like my voice, but in her voice just saying it over and over to the point where I was on, I think it was Twitter, and people were literally saying like, Sam, shut up, stop talking, Sam, stop talking. It got really annoying. JC wants Sam and Haley to go after one another so they won't see him coming. Now, JC at this point in the game is an extremely dangerous player. He's also annoying the crap out of most of the Big Brother fandom to the point where there is a petition floating around begging for him to be, or basically demanding that he be kicked out of the Big Brother house. You want to know what my opinion of JC is? Go back through my previous reviews and you'll see it. I will not be repeating it over and over again. I will not be talking about his segments After what I heard he said this weekend, I'm done with him. And don't be surprised if he ends up winning America's favorite player, because most people don't have the feed, so they don't see what he's doing. I do my best to tell you guys what's happening in the house, but most people don't have access to that. And most people don't watch social media, so they take what they see on TV as face value. That's only part of the story, and really it is a reimagined, re-edited part of the story. But JC has managed to piss a lot of people off, and definitely Google and see why. And Big Brother was actually interviewed, I believe, this weekend, or maybe they put the statement out this weekend. Anyway, there's a site called Deadline Hollywood that I follow on Facebook and Tumblr and Twitter on a side note. And what happened with them was that they were talking to CBS about this mess with JC, and CBS and Big Brother were just like, no harm, no foul. So I guess it's okay for someone to run around and be extremely ignorant, say a lot of racist things, be basically a predator towards other house guests, and be very sexual and touch people without their consent, and nothing's gonna happen. So it's my last time talking about JC and his little segments, other than how JC pertains to this game. Other than that, I will not be talking about him, no matter what he does after this. I'm done. So Tyler and Angela say that JC has been weird, and they say that they will get him, but they don't get him. And this is how he has stayed alive in this game. They had one shot, one opportunity to get JC out of this house, and they missed it. And I believe this will be the last opportunity, because all they need is for him to win HOH, or for him to continue to sow discord in the house, and people will be so distracted by what he created that they will not be paying attention to what he's doing, and he will skate his way to the final two. And I do believe that there is a JC HOH on the horizon coming very soon, either this week or next week. I can feel it. So Tyler has deals with everyone except for Haley, Scotty, and Angela, and he says that he will get no blood on his hands by putting up Haley and Scotty. And by doing so, everyone else in the house is happy. But what's going to happen when the so-called two big targets are out of the house? How will level 4+2 react to having to go after one another? You know, they try to paint the picture that level 4+2 is a tight-knit bond, but as you can see from this episode, and I think that's the one part of the episode that wasn't like edited down to the bone, where Brett is talking about JC to Tyler, and then JC was talking about Brett to Tyler, and then JC's talking about Angela and Casey. You see where I'm going? When they have to turn into one another and like take each other out, and when they try to put JC on the block and he refuses, it's going to be a mess, because he was allowed to refuse. I have never, on a side note, seen anybody do that. But I guess that's a new rule or something. All right, so Tyler tells us that spending time with Angela is distracting him. That's the reason why she cozied up to you, sweetheart. This is a game. A lot of people online are shipping them together, but we got to keep in mind that this is a game. They look cute together, but they're both trying to win that money, and they're trying to do everything they can to win the money. So Big Brother decided to have this Casey coming out segment, a segment that she did not want to air. Tyler's talking to Haley. He lies and says he didn't have a chance to make a choice as far as who to nominate. Haley says, you know what, you should get rid of Sam. Sam, another person who will make it far in this game if they're not careful. Tyler is still holding a grudge about the stuff that happened 3 weeks ago involving the hacker thing and Bailey. It's like, dude, it's been 3 weeks. Let it go. I need Elsa with like the with the snowflakes to sing Let It Go in Idina Menzel's voice. Because, dude, let it go. Tyler tells Scotty about how Fessy and Haley came to him and Angela with a Final Four deal. Scotty tells Tyler that he will vote the way that Tyler wants him to vote. Then we get to a segment of JC and Brett chatting about their position in the game, and they feel like they are good at this point. But they need to break up Casey and Angela. JC wants to keep everyone fighting so that no one will come after him. That's what he tells us. Brett tells JC to say absolutely nothing. And then he runs upstairs to Tyler and tells Tyler that JC is paranoid, he's going nuts, and he believes that Tyler and Casey are in a final two deal. JC tells Tyler, you don't want the entire alliance to come after you if you don't put up Scotty, so it would be good if you put up Scotty. And then he lies and tells Tyler that he thought that Angela had him in her back pocket. It was either that or he said that Angela said that she had him in her back pocket or something to that effect. And this is when Tyler says he may have to deal with JC now, but we all know how it went. He still hasn't dealt with JC. So Tyler nominated Haley and Scotty. The reason he nominated Haley is because she was the hacker. She put him on the block. She canceled his vote and then got him yelled at by Bailey. Scotty was nominated because Tyler said the safest thing to do is to nominate Scotty. Tyler chose to nominate Haley and Scotty. He claims he put Haley on the block because of the whole hacker thing and how he was nominated and how she canceled his vote and got him yelled at by Bailey. Not that he didn't deserve to be yelled at. And he put up Scotty because it's the safest thing to do. But really, right now should be the time when you make big moves, because anybody who makes it to this point, especially someone who is not fully affiliated to an alliance, is a very dangerous player. And that player is JC, and that other player is Sam. Those two should be on the block, and then Haley and Scotty should be on the block for the next one, because if memory serves and the rumors are true, I heard there is a double eviction coming soon, because you know how it is with Big Brother. And given that we are, what is this, September 2nd? Yeah, there's a double eviction coming. So, I mean, he should have put JC up and should have started the ball rolling with getting JC out. But again, he didn't, and I believe that either JC or Brett will win the HOH this week. And when they do, it's going to make it very difficult to get rid of those two, in my opinion. So Tyler said that it was an easy decision because of all his final twos. He said there's a time and a place for backstabbing, and this is not the time or the place. He's going to wish he had put up JC. Scotty's just like, I gotta win the veto. And Haley's like, this move was a lame one, but she wants to go and win the veto. Honestly, again, this show is becoming very predictable. So for now, I'm just gonna sit back. I'm going to take my notes and just wait until level 4+2 starts to go after one another, because that's where I am as far as this show is concerned. A lot of people are upset because they feel like JC got a big spotlight on him in tonight's episode. Me personally, I already told you I'm not talking about him. So if we get to Wednesday's episode and most of that episode is him doing like silly things and stupid things, then this review will be super duper 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 pooper scooper short, because I will not be talking about him. But you all take care, and I love you guys, and I'll be back on Wednesday to do this review. I'll be back on Thursday, next Sunday. Next Wednesday's review will be late, Thursdays will be on time, and Sundays will be on time. So I love you all. Bye guys. See you Wednesday. Bye.